One of the most often asked topics nowadays is what are NFTs? NFTs stand for non-fungible tokens. Let's start with the fundamentals. Fungible is a term used in economics to describe items that may be exchanged for identical items. The US dollar is fungible, which means you and a friend may swap $1 notes and still have the same spending power. However, most physical goods like automobiles and homes are non-fungible, which means they have unique characteristics. For example, trading vehicles may appear unfair if the car at the other end of the deal is more worn out than yours. Let us now analyze the development of NFTs. The internet functions in a similar way to a huge copy machine in which every digital content may be replicated an unlimited number of times and each copy is identical to the original. However, in order to observe this fully, we must first go back in time. It is the year 1992. We share a common place for the first time in human history thanks to the World Wide Web, which is just 3 years old. Several early internet pioneers saw the potential of this new technology, and one of them expressed both the positive and negative aspects. If our property can be infinitely produced and instantaneously distributed across the planet without cost, how are we going to protect it? How are we going to get paid for the work we do with our minds? And if we can't get paid, what will assure the continued creation and distribution of such work? This puzzle is yet to be solved. Property and ownership are concepts that have existed in the real world for generations, but have evaded us in our digital surroundings. To secure our ideas and limit their circulation, we have tried copyrights, DMCA, DRM, and watermarks of the internet. None of these methods have been successful. Why? Because it has resulted in a clash of opinions. Information wants to be free. It wants to travel effortlessly without hindrance, without restriction. This is what allowed the internet to succeed in the first place. Advertising is the default business model of the internet, not because we want it, but because it pays the bills. We don't get rewarded for the work we perform with our minds on the internet today. Moreover, the data we upload to these platforms is locked away. These services not only profit from our material, but they also have control over it. Until NFTs. NFTs are a significant advancement in technology. They provide a chance for us to break out from that flawed system. So we are back to square one. What exactly is an NFT? It's a digital certificate of ownership that's been recorded on the blockchain. Everyone can see it. It's not too different from the deed you receive when you purchase a home in the real world. An NFT, on the other hand, signifies the ownership of a file on the internet rather than a house. In contrast to copyright and watermarks, which are old technology from bygone eras, NFTs have grown up with the internet. They are of the internet and for the internet, and NFTs don't just copy our current ownership model from the physical world, they make it better. Ownership really keeps people out in the physical world. It prevents others from enjoying your possessions. I wouldn't expect to be welcomed into your home if I hadn't been invited. The digital realm, on the other hand, is vast. It's where the infinite, the instantaneous, and the exponential live. NFTs provide an ownership system that matches this diversity. With NFTs, just because I own something doesn't mean others can't enjoy it. In reality, the exact opposite is true. The more an NFT is seen, acknowledged, and comprehended, the more likely it is to appreciate and value. NFTs are software applications that can be programmed, and something as complicated as royalties, which in our analog world need a lot of legal and human effort to accomplish, may now be expressed in a few lines of code. This is a game-changing invention for any business that relies on royalty payments, such as publishing or music, and NFTs will be the catalyst for their next development. Just like the internet dissolved our geographic boundaries, NFTs dissolve economic boundaries. They are more portable, unlike today's internet, which is based on proprietary programs and platforms. They exist on decentralized infrastructure that is peer-to-peer, open and transparent rather than on a company's private servers. Understanding this complex modular architecture, however, is not required to comprehend what NFTs may do for the human experience. When digital value and ownership are no longer solely controlled by a few firms, dramatic new possibilities open up. And this isn't science fiction. The technology already exists. The next generation of internet pioneers is already using NFTs. They will change the internet as we know it in the coming decade, with property rights embedded into its code. So, with NFTs as its foundation, how does the internet of the future look? An internet in which artists rather than platforms have economic control. An internet that directly supports our thoughts and creativity. An internet where information is freely available, but we are rewarded for our cognitive efforts.